Happy Tuesday, everyone. My name is Dr. Jordan, and I am with Pinnacle Chiropractic. We are your local pediatric and prenatal chiropractor in the Sarasota Lakewood Ranch area. And today's topic is all about colic and reflux. This is a topic that most moms aren't really too familiar with before they have a baby, but many moms, upon having a baby, find themselves in the depths of colic and reflux and aren't sure where to turn because of that. So when you're a new mom, you basically want just the best for your baby. You want them to be happy and healthy and thriving and eating and sleeping and pooping. And those are the very basic things that they should be doing in order to thrive and to be successful as a baby. But often as a new mom, you find yourself wondering, is this normal or is something going on? And after you've changed your outfit a few times and you've changed the baby's onesie more and you've used a couple burp rags throughout the day and you're starting to realize you can't lie them down after they've eaten, they have to be in a reclined position or held, it starts to add up that something is probably not working as it should. And so today's video is going to be for all those moms who are just struggling with their baby having reflux and colic, not really sure what to do about it, and just trying to get the word out there that there is something that can help. So the basic thing is that colic and reflux are both really held responsible by the brain. So your brain is controlling your upper and your lower respiratory system. So that autonomic nervous system that we talk about all of the time in our office is actually responsible for what's going on digestion-wise within the body. And so today's video is going to expand on that a little bit more. I want to start with talking about one testimonial, one patient we have in our office currently. His name is Luke, and he started with us because mom was experiencing a lot of reflux and colic, and I'm just going to read her intake form just so that this is like verbatim word for word, but her primary concern was reflux discomfort, hernia, gas, and colic, and it started about 2.5 months ago, and he is having more intense symptoms, reactions, such as arching his back, straightening his legs and body, screaming, crying, spitting up, not sleeping at all. And then also said he was sometimes calm and content, but other times had outbursts and seemed really, really uncomfortable. They just had switched formulas, which seemed to help a little at first, but then the uncomfortable outbursts began happening all over again. Spit up is quite a bit after, not projectile and not the whole feed, but definitely spit up with each feeding, which seems, his bowel movements seem pretty regular, has 1 to 3 a day. What makes things better, being held and moved around, being burped, gas drops, different formula, good naps, and sleep. And making things worse is large amounts of formula and frequent burping, laying flat on back or moving quickly, changing positions after feeding, getting overtired. So mom's only goals for baby were to help him get comfortable, to resolve his reflux, and to prevent the crying outbursts and fussiness in general. So those goals are a pretty far ways away from our main goals of baby just thriving and being happy and eating, sleeping, pooping. So when moms are down that hole of the rabbit hole of colic and reflux, it seems like a long way to get out of because you're so used to what's going on in their little bodies. And so Luke now is a happy, thriving child. Pretty soon with starting care, she was seeing really immediate changes and really drastic changes with him. And it was something that they hadn't done before. They'd never been told about before. And so actually another chiropractor referred him to our office, which is amazing. And he had really quick results, which is not the case for every baby. Colic can be something that is deep-rooted within the body depending on what is caused by. So there are 3 main things that we will kind of discuss briefly, but structure is going to be one of them, the neurological things happening within the body, and also nutritionally. So Luke, for example, nutrition, they had changed the formula. They had tried to do other things. They'd also put him on Nexium. He was on a medication to help with things. And those things were kind of a Band-Aid. They did not fix the problem. They aided at the time, but were not the long-term answer. And so nutritionally, we think that sometimes something's going on. Mom might change her diet. Mom might cut out dairy or gluten or any of the main things that we talk about, which can help some kids, but it's not always the fix for all of them. Realistically, what's going on is a dysfunction of the autonomic nervous system, which I had talked about, so that the brain controlling the upper and the lower digestive system just are not working together, which is why your baby should be eating, sleeping, and pooping. They can't do all those things at once if their body is just really overwhelmed. So within that autonomic nervous system, there's some sort of dysfunction, and baby's unable to breathe and to digest and to eat and to sleep all at the same time, which they should be able to do. So nutrition can be a portion, but as we saw with Luke's story, changing formula was not the answer. It was just a small piece of what could be the answer, but it wasn't for him, and it isn't for a lot of children. So the next one is structure. So when we talk about within the body, you're eating food, it's going down your esophagus to your stomach, hopefully. There is a valve called your lower esophageal sphincter, and that sphincter acts as kind of like a barrier. So it is supposed to remain closed until you are eating. And then your brain signals it to open to allow your food to go down. So sometimes the sphincter just isn't developed in young babies enough. And so there's an issue with development and it knowing when to open and close. But oftentimes too, it's just the brain signaling is off, which goes back to the autonomic nervous system. So if that signaling of the brain is off and the sphincter is remaining open when it should be closed, say they finish a feeding, it was open during the feeding, it should close right after. If it doesn't, you lay your baby down to go to sleep or just on their back or to play, whatever, and the contents of their stomach come right back up. So that is basically that sphincter remaining open, which is just a signaling error in the brain and something that is more of a nervous system issue than anything else. So structure is a huge part, and that can be helped by chiropractic. Neurological is the next step. So basically, to do all of those things, to have a sphincter that opens and closes, to eat and breathe, and use those different systems within your body at the same time as well, is all part of your neurological system. Your body uses nerves and muscles and has to coordinate the timing of them to work. So young babies don't always have that coordination. We talk a lot about trauma at birth. It's really, really a common thing that can throw off coordination of their systems. It can throw off their nervous system. It can throw off how well their body is able to have proprioception and know what it's doing in space and time. So neurologically, that's a huge portion too. And so between the structure, the neurological, and the nutrition aspect, those are really the main reasons that colic and reflux happen. So it's something that medicine might fix for a short time, changing formula might fix for a short time, but it's not actually helping the baby to thrive or to have any improvements structurally, internally, within their systems to calm down that nervous system, to regulate their nervous system, to help them get to a better place where their body isn't struggling just to keep down food and nutrition, and it can do all of those other good things that they need to do as well. So Luke is just one example of the success we've had in our office, one of many, but he was a pretty remarkable story. They were definitely in the depths of going to a GI specialist, possibly going to all children's to get kind of help, and just they thought something was really severely wrong with him with how severe his reflux was and the colic as well. So if you saw him today, you'll see a picture probably posted soon. He is just the happiest kid when he comes in, and the story of reflux and colic doesn't have to be your story. So if this video helps you at all, if it resonates with you, if you know someone whose child has reflux and colic, please share this, send this their way, and we will post some more informative articles on our website. If you are interested in becoming a patient and getting scanned and see what's going on internally in the body, neurologically, for your little one, that is a great place to check us out as well and to sign up to be a new patient. So hope this helps someone. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.